Hey everyone, welcome to Reverse Homesteading. It's another cold, chilly morning with a cold wind, 11 degrees this morning. It's about 11 o'clock, so it's not going to get a whole lot warmer, and I have to go into the city this afternoon, so I can't be too long in the garden. Well, I can do a little bit. 11 degrees is 51.8 in Fahrenheit, if you're wondering. Okay, so these little puppies really have to go out. We have some a similar size elsewhere. These ones in with the winter time. I really don't want to mess up that winter time because I've already transplanted it once because it was in the wrong spot. Thyme seeds are so small, but now it's working. It's my only one, I think. This could be one, but I'm not sure. This little one here, which is also why I'm not planting out this spring onion just yet. There's some really big poppies in here, one in particular. You can see that one. But I will leave those a little bit because there are lots of little ones in there that I also don't want to disturb. So these ones win. I'll take those out to where they're going. We have had allegedly a frost last night. Oh, I was going to show you my frost covers. You may or may not have seen them before, depending upon how long you've been around. Just old bed sheets. They're enough. I put them on with pegs every night, and they're kind of a luxury. It kind of sounds silly to say because it's a bit of a hassle having to be home every night, or at least once the sun's gone, to be able to put them on the plants so they don't miss out on sun. But I'm a bit of a homebody anyway, and I can have my morning cup of coffee and look out to the garden and not have to do anything. They're my little luxury. I don't have to rush out and hose things off for frost, and that's just cool if you like to do things that way. But if it's super cold, I wake up pretty early, usually before it's light, and I like to not have to rush too hard, especially in icy weather when I first get out of bed in the morning. So I previously had these little ones ready to go here, these lettuce seedlings, but I'm thinking now I might actually put both of them in another garden bed because I found these lonely little pak choi I knew they were there, but they're in my mini greenhouse, and I'm running out of space. Not entirely sure where my pak choi are over in this bed. There's one there. Maybe I'll plant it over there. Okay, I'll plant that other one over there. I can see it tagged there. If you look at the top of the poppy, I'm pointing to it. So I'll put that pak choi with its friends, but there's still not enough space here. So I'm going to plant my lettuce over here. Just a little note also on these. They grew really well in the tropics, and I've had them under frost cover since I got them. It's got one new leaf. There are I was going to say they're a coleus. That's another very colourful leafed plant, but they're a croton, and they grow really tall. They grow into proper trees in the tropics, but I just wanted them for colour. But as you can see, their colour's not great and they're losing leaves, so I might even put them inside for a little bit. They're just finding it really hard here, and perhaps once they're established as little plants in a bigger pot, closer to spring, I'll put them in a bigger pot, but for now I might baby them a bit inside and make them an indoor plant and slowly reintroduce them once the evenings have warmed up out here. So I'll see you in a minute. Alrighty, here are my other pak choi. These are white stem. Oh, these are my own seeds. My own seed one is over there, just a little bit further away, but it's not doing so well. I'll plant them here. Doesn't matter. I can look back on this video and hopefully remember which ones are which. So yes, these are my own, and that one over there. Doesn't really matter. It's more about germination than how they do overall. Usually if they germinate, they do pretty well. In most cases with vegetables that are used to winter climates, winter seasons, they are usually relatively tough. So gently put those ones in, even though they're relatively tough. Alrighty, so let's call that done. Something's been having a munch on different things here. Must no big deal. It's pretty hard to have an organic garden without something getting mulched, but sometimes it's good to take a bit of the mulch away just so you can get to the plants and see what's happening with them. But yeah, there's no hard and fast rule about that. Some people don't use mulch at all for that reason, because they say bugs hide in it, but maybe good bugs are hiding in there too. Just water those little ones in very gently. We'll hope for the best for those little ones. Alright, if you've been watching the channel before, you might remember these little cuttings that I got from a relative in the country. Little plants that I've seen over the years in her garden and in her hanging pots. So it's kind of cool to have my own version now. These are Kalanko? No idea how you say it. Let me know in the comments if you can. These have been in water for a bit and they actually do have little roots, which is fantastic. I didn't mean to leave them in the water that long. It was about 3 weeks ago that I got them, 2.5. This is a flower dust plant, also a Kalanko from that plant family. Not as many roots, but if you look carefully on the base, there's a little one right on the end there, and there's a little tiny something happening there on the end as well. So we'll just clean these up a little bit. This is a nodding violet. I only just took the last flower off actually. I'll just clean this one up a little bit, and it's got a tiny little root coming out the bottom as well. So it's ready to go. I'm not even going to put, well, I won't I? They're so ready to root. I'm not going to even bother with hormone rooting powder. I do have some here, but I'll use that for these other things, which are what I hope is an imperial mandarin from my hubby's workmate. He brought some leaves to help identify it. Yeah, hubby's been really happy to help with this. So I'm just going to, these are really tiny cuttings and they weren't given to me for the purposes of making cuttings, but I'm going to give it a go. So with some hormone rooting powder, I'll plant them when I plant my sugar snap peas in just a minute. Oh, forgot to explain, the reason why I'm using scissors for my cuttings before is because I can't find 2 pairs of my secateurs, so I'll ask hubby and have a bit more look around. They disappeared after, actually haven't seen them since we've done our cleanup of the yard with all of our tree branch cutting down and this and that. We'll find where they are. That's those done. Just got the lettuce and the poppies to go. Just realised I'm running out of time for meeting someone to go into the city, so I'm just going to put these little babies here for now and they'll be fine for the next little bit. They'll be nice and warm in my mini greenhouse with the other plants, and I'll see you later on this afternoon for the rest of the planting. And I'll put these little plant babies down the bottom. There's probably room there for them. Oops. So they'll be nice and toasty warm, and I won't forget to water them, and they'll be, yeah, warm enough to get their little roots going, and we'll baby them for a little bit. See you soon. Hello again, It's night time now. I'm going to leave this for another day, but they say being a gardener makes you patient, doesn't it? It's time for frost covers and dinner. Lovely hubby made some dinner while I was battling the traffic, which wasn't too bad, peak hour traffic. We went to a kids show, The Wiggles. If you know about The Wiggles, they're fantastic. It was an excellent show. It reminded me of times with my kids. We didn't actually ever see them when my kids were little, but great show if you can catch it if you live in Australia. It was a fun day. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having fun in your garden. We'll see you next time.